Australia trained in glorious Manchester sunshine on the eve of the third ODI against England, but the big talking point was still the controversial obstructing the field ruling from Lords.
It's divided a lot of opinions, hasn't it? I mean, if someone's throwing the ball, your natural instinct would be to put your hand up and defend yourself. So, I mean, Australia within their right to appeal. They don't make the decision, so I think it's all happened now. Can't change it, so time to move on from it, I think.
While Aaron Finch said he didn't see it live, England coach Trevor Bayliss was on hand and says he would have reacted the same way as Ben Stokes did.
When it gets down to it, you can't handle the ball in cricket. That's actually in the rules. So it's one of those grey areas, isn't it? Whilst it's in the rules, it's something that doesn't crop up all that often. And as I said, Stokes will argue, until the cows come home that he didn't mean to do it, and I think if it was me there, I'd have been putting both hands up, someone throwing at me, or near me for 10 yards away.
The tourists have drafted in 3 new players to cover a string of injuries from Saturday's match, but Finch has almost no clue as to who will play on Tuesday.
I'm going to play, I know that much, and I'm pretty sure Steve Smith's going to play as well, so that's all I know at this stage.
The Old Trafford wicket has traditionally favoured spin, with Ashton Agar a likely option to replace all-rounder Shane Watson, while tearaway James Pattinson looks set to return in place of Nathan Coulter-Nile. Finch comes in for David Warner and says the time off healing from hamstring and foot injuries has allowed him to look back on his career in the green and gold.
Being out of the game for a while through injuries gives you a lot of time to sit back and I think reflect on how lucky we are to play international cricket. When you don't get that chance for a couple of games, it really hits home. So to be back, I'm very excited and very grateful. Unfortunately, not the greatest circumstances, but can't do much about that, unfortunately.
For all your news, scores and video from Australia's Qantas tour of the British Isles, stay connected to cricket.com.au.